stitch restart button is right on the front of your machine. This button is very popular in my world because I use it so much. We're working with the Pfaff Creative Icon too, and as you can see, I've started to stitch out some decorative stitches. Let's say I've come to the end of my row and I've just gone ahead and cut my thread. So one thing that you notice is that part of this stitch started, but I did not finish it. So if I was going to start another row of this decorative stitch, it's going to pick up right where I left off. Ah, yes. So on our Pfaff Stitching Cosmos online course, where we use tons of decorative stitches, this is something that our students learn to fall in love with. They don't realize that they need it until they need it. So here's what we do. When we start the next row, we touch this button first. That is going to bring us right back to the beginning of the very first stitch of the pattern as it starts again. Now, normally what you would probably do is complete this stitch before taking it out. But there's times where you might start and then realize, oh, this isn't working out, and might have to actually just take out a few stitches to begin again. That would be another time that the stitch restart button should be touched. Now there's many ways of actually just restarting this stitch. For example, if you just touch the stitch on screen again, that will restart it. You can touch a different stitch and then come back to this particular decorative stitch. That will also restart it. But by doing those last two choices, you would change anything that you had adjusted, such as stitch width or stitch length, even tension will all go back to the default settings. So if you leave the stitch, it's going to revert back to normal. If you use the stitch restart button, all it's going to do is to return you to the first stitch of that particular pattern. So I always say these buttons right here, if you are not fully using every single one of them, maybe it's because you don't know how to use them or what they're for, it would be a place to start. If you master these buttons at your fingertips, you and your Pfaff Creative Icon 2 will be best friends for many years to come. There's a reason that these buttons were put in the position to be accessed very quickly. If you want to learn more about this beautiful machine, the links below will take you to the entire playlist of all the free video tutorials that we offer.